All right. It has been almost 2 weeks since the part two of this series of me showing how I've built essentially a crowdfunding site on the Shopify platform. And a lot has happened since then. I've finished the site. It's looking fantastic. In my opinion, it's actually better, not only the way it looks, but the way it functions than what you would find on Kickstarter or Indiegogo. And I'm excited to show you guys not only what it looks like, but also how I built it. It's taken me, I think, about 3 weeks, I think, to build this. Here and there, I've been doing it, a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there, but we are ready to rock and roll. It's done. It will be going live on December 15th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over there in the States. And yeah, let's just jump right into it. So I sort of based this off the Rippaverse site, how you've got a landing page and then you've got a campaign page. This is essentially a Shopify store, like a normal store. But what I've done is I've stripped it of all the menus and stuff like that. I just want it to be about the quote unquote campaign that I've set up. Now, the campaign itself is really just a series of products that I've uploaded into an online store, but it's the way it's presented that has that look and appearance and functionality of it's actually kind of a blend between an online store and a crowdfund. So this is the landing page here as you see it. You can view the campaign there. All these links will go through to the main product, which is the second edition of Waking Dream. And I've put in some things here, little details and photos and stuff. The first 125 people to back the book will get this 12-page preview comic here. I've put in a trailer for people who are new to the thing and want to see what it's all about. I've taken some reviews that I've gotten from previous campaign on Indiegogo and the eBay store. And down here, we've got the footer. You can, read terms of service, stuff like that. It'll link you to my socials. It'll show you what you can pay with. What do we got here? Amex, Apple Pay, Google Pay, MasterCard, Shop Pay, and Visa. I may add PayPal down the road if people really want that. The issue with PayPal, we found that out with Eric July, is if you're doing pre-sales, they can just take all your cash and hold it for themselves until you're ready to fulfill. And if you need that cash to fulfill, then that's going to be a problem for you. So we'll see in the future. Once the book is printed, we'll see if I can add on PayPal. You can select your currency. This is a really cool thing here. Now, when you select your currency on this site, it changes it for everything, shipping and everything. So it'll be automatically set to US. If you're from a different country, it'll actually have a pop-up right when you get to the thing and say, oh, we've noticed you're in Australia, for example. Do you want to continue in Australian dollars? So you can set that as well. So if we click through to the actual campaign page, this is what it looks like. I think it looks amazing. I love that it's all branded. I got to choose all my own colors and scheme and stuff like that. And I really dig just the whole layout of it. I think it's new, it's fresh, it's it's familiar because people are used to this as an online store setting. So we can see here, you've got the title. I've got a countdown happening here. Now, when this goes live, that'll say campaign is live and it'll have a 30-day countdown. And it's cool that it counts down all the way to the second. So it's always moving. I've got this little section here, which is sort of the, the campaign figures. I've got $800 funding goal. And then this number will go up as people back, and this is the percentage of the funding goal, so you get that in as well. I wasn't able to get the bar. I'm sure if there are people out there who really are a whiz at website stuff, they would be able to figure out how to do that. It would be called what's called on Shopify, they call it a custom liquid, which I guess is just a fancy way of saying some of your own code. But again, I wanted to keep this series really focused on this is something that you can do out there. Anyone can do this, really. If I can do it, you can do it. And it also counts the total backers as well. Now, the cool thing about this, if you watched the previous video, you would have seen it was very different. We're going to get into that in a sec. Previously, it was only counting sales of this exact book. Now it's counting everything. So just like on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, the total amount raised is for everything that I've got available on the site. So that's really cool. I've made it set up so that you can get variants and stuff like that. You can set now, unlike in Indiegogo, you can set the quantity right here. If you want 3 books, 4 books, 5 books, or whatever, you don't have to go to a different perk. You can just set that right there. I think that's really neat. That's much more like what we know of, online shopping to be like. I've added a little thing in here that'll show you exactly how much of this product we've sold, the second chance, the second edition. You add it to cart. Underneath that, I've got a selection of add-ons here. We've got the first edition, we've got the unedited edition, we've got a poster, and we've got this enamel ginger root hand here for anyone who knows what that is. A little description. Here I've got this is timing for when this particular product is estimated to ship, February 2023. And underneath that, on this thing, I've got first 125 backers get this free 12-page comic. So you'll be able to see if this ever here ticks over 125, then I will remove this section here. This is all sort of custom that I added onto this page here. Again, we can see these add-ons here. I like how it changes the image when you flick over it. It's pretty cool. And I've also made a section for stretch goals. So you can really customize it how you want it to be. Now I'm going to announce these stretch goals once it's live. That's how I do it. But yeah, and it's like just like an online store. Yeah, say I want to add this as well. We go to that page. You can choose your number, add it in, all that cool stuff. And that's pretty much how it's going to work at the backer end, at the customer end. But if you want to build something like this for yourself, how do you do that? Well, let me take you. Oh, this is what the shopping cart page looks like. Just thought I'd show that as well. You've got all your different options for paying and stuff like that. So, standard stuff. This is all really, you can add them and take them away and all that kind of stuff. All right. So how do you actually build this thing? Well, on Shopify, this is the sort of the home page that you're going to be confronted with when you set up your store. Now, I've found that the main things you're going to be using here are these products to add products and online store here. Now, this is how you can view your online store. And if you click this one here, this is how you get to customize your store. Let's go back to the products here. So this is all the products that I've got available. I will have available on this campaign. You can set the amount of stock that will be available for it, or you can not track inventory. So that's how you would do it for like to make it more like a crowdfund. If it hasn't actually been made yet, if you don't track the inventory, you'll see if you go back here, it just says 0 sold. Whereas for the other ones, it says how many are available and how many are sold there. So that's pretty clever. And that's where, in here is where we showed this in the previous video. That's where you edit what's in there, all the images and stuff like that. That's all really straightforward. When you want to customize the theme here, when you want to actually work on how the thing looks, that's where you do it here. You click through to customize that there. Well, let me just quickly show you here what that looks like, because it is really, you're going to spend a lot of time in here. This is where you kind of build it all out. This is where you change things up. You can change the colors of different things. I made these buttons here, a different sort of highlight color, all this kind of stuff. Anyone who's used these websites, Squarespace, Wix, Shopify, this is all really sort of standard stuff. It's up here where you get to select where you want to go and do things. So, your products and stuff like that, your checkout, other sort of certain pages here. The cool thing I found about Shopify is once you've set up, and I showed this in the previous video, once you've set up the sort of the branding and the color scheme, all this gets made automatically. So really, you don't really have to fiddle with too much of this stuff at all. It's really just sort of your product pages and your home page that you want to kind of spend some time on, because all the other stuff will be figured out by Shopify. And so it looked really daunting to me when I first opened it. And then I quickly started to realize, like, oh, all these customer accounts pages, all these, what else is there? Different things. A lot of them were already just populated with my color scheme, my logo, and it all looks really clean and nice. And I didn't see any reason to change any of it. So don't get overwhelmed when you first come in here. But yeah, products. You want to set. You can set up different kinds of products. I've got a default and featured. That's because I want the featured product is that main Waking Dream second edition. I want to have certain extra things on that one that I don't want to show on the other ones. And so you just assign different products to different templates essentially. So yeah, if we click through to the default page here, this is where you kind of build all this stuff. So you see all these little bits and pieces for the crowdfund. They're all, that this is where they're arranged, and you sort of like, you can move them around here on the left and edit their, how they sit and all that kind of stuff. You can add in new sections. So this is my stretch goal section that I added in. This is my product recommendations, which I've called the add-ons, to sort of keep in line with the crowdfunding side of things. And yeah, I mean, it's really pretty intuitive. Once you get a handle of, Shopify and how it all works and where to find things, it actually becomes really quick and easy to set all this stuff up. And again, pick a theme that works for you. I picked Dawn. You can see it up here. And I really didn't have to do too much fiddling. Moving on, the other section that you're going to be using a lot is the settings section. You actually find that down here. If I can scroll, it's not going to let me scroll down. My head's behind it. It's right down here behind where my video is, where my camera is there. And that's where you can go in and do all these setting stuff. Now, it will take a little bit of time to figure all this stuff out. You set up your shipping things, stuff like that. The shipping is so much better, in my opinion, than what they offer on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, because you get to set the weights, then you get to set how that affects the shipping. I've got a sort of progressive shipping rate that will cap out at a certain number, and then you can just add as much stuff as you want. So it's sort of like, the more you add, the better the deal becomes. It's completely up to you. It's completely customizable. You can do all kinds of things. You can have gift cards. You can set up your payments, your notifications, all that sort of stuff is all done in here. And yeah, that took me maybe about a day or so to sort of get all of that sorted. But you absolutely have to do that. And okay, so moving back to, let's go back and look at where was it? No, not there. Okay, here. All right, so what are these things? If you watched the previous video, you would have noticed that it would look different. I had a different app in here. It was called Crowdfunder. I installed that. I tested it. It was complete rubbish. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your time with that. What I've done now is I've done a few different little apps, and we have it's much better. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so this is the App Store, Shopify, apps.shopify.com. And this is where you browse for essentially sort of custom little apps that you can add to your store. This was the Crowdfunder one. It's $24 a month, which is, considering it didn't even work for me, it was putting in strange numbers. It's like a complete waste of money. I don't know how it got such good reviews there. Maybe they're all fake. But this is the one I ended up going with. So if we go back here to this right here, this sales, this count up thing, that's what that is. So I downloaded, where is it? Here. And this is what it looks like in the settings. So essentially, you've got your store here on the left, and you've got your apps. This is the sales count up app. And you can just basically go in and, make it what you want. You can edit the design. You can edit these little things here. So, this is just counting the total raised of the sales value. There you go. Pretty straightforward. This one here, the percentage raised, the cool thing about this app is it allows you to add formulas. So obviously my funding goal is 800. So I've just made, okay, so whatever the sales value is, divide that by 800, divide that by 800, times it by 100, and that will give you a percentage of the total funding goal here. So yeah, that could, when that's 100% fund, gets up, raises $800, that'll be 100% funded and then beyond. And it'll also count your backers and stuff like that. You can set dates, and yeah, really straightforward, and it looks great. I think it really is really clean and straightforward, and works great. So I added that. Great. And the cool thing about that, like I said, like that counts for all things sold. You can go in, where was it? You can go in here. I don't know. It applies to selected products or all products, whatever. I've made selected products there, and it counts all of them. So yeah, that's really good. The other one that I'm using here is AVA Trust Badges. That's that is this thing here. So that's it's got a whole slew of different things. I'm using the countdown timer. So that's what that is there. So yeah, you download that, and no, where go forward here. This is what it looks like in here. There's a whole slew of different styles you can use. I've gone with kind of simple. I just used my color scheme, and yeah, you can change all these parameters, timelines and stuff like that. So yeah, so like when this is live, that'll say campaign is live, and I just edit that right here. So really straightforward. Another cool nifty app is this Neon Inventory and Sold Count app, which you'll see is here. And that is like great. I mean, this is just like, again, taking the best stuff from crowdfunding sites and putting it onto your online store. So you'll be able to see how many have sold, and that'll work the same on the main one that doesn't have, it's just counting up how many sold. So you'll be able to see right there how many books I've actually sold, which I think is really cool. So you just in your settings page in your back end, and that's where you can you can write what you want here, and set the colors, and you're good to go. And and then you just where is it on the product page here? You just put it wherever you want. There you go. There you go. I made it a custom liquid, so you can see that custom liquid, and you put in they give you a little snippet of code, and you paste it right in, and it pops right up, and it works straight away. It's really, once you sort of realize how Shopify works, you're kind of good to go there. Last is the Shopify Search and Discovery app, which you will need if you want to do any of this stuff here, which is having these add-ons here, and also down here as well. These are recommended products, essentially. That's how it works. And in the back end, in your app section, this is what it looks like here. So you just click on these and you select whatever products, and you can order them in whatever order you want. These are the ones that show in the description. These are the ones that show underneath. Easy peasy. And the end result, I think you'll agree, it looks really neat, clean, user-friendly, and just great. I mean, I've got the help of some really cool art here that some people have done for the Lucent. But just, yeah, I'm over the moon. Now, right now, if you try to go to lucentwakingdream.com, you will be confronted with this sign up page, because it isn't live. Because if I let you into the site, you could literally purchase something right now. So you need the password to get in. So and the way that I just go live is when I think it's somewhere here, I can just remove the store password, and we're live. So that will be happening on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 15th, which is in just a few days, couple of days. So I hope to see you all there. Now, there's a lot to go through in this video. I'm sorry it's a little long, but if you have any questions, please just leave them in the comment section, and I'll answer whatever questions you have. If you appreciate this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you like this sort of content, please do subscribe. And I hope to see you all on the launch stream in a couple of days. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Until then, have a great time. I will see you on the next one. Bye.